Welcome to the Puppet Show, ladies and gentlemen. Grab your tickets because the circus is about to begin again.
Grab your tickets because the circus is about to begin again. I look at the stage and all I see is a bunch of wooden clones trying to sit on the velvet seat, but they will never clear. Bloody hands fit the venom in the mic and force them all to understand. And now the generation rises trying to mimic up my flow, dressing up like Slim, but they just characters inside my show. Yeah, some of them are smart, they made a couple million on the track, but most of them are just cheap fakes with a target on their back.
You think you can pull the strings on a monster that I created? Watch the whole industry getting complete contaminated. Try to dye your hair blonde and copy the dynamic delivery, but you leave the stadium. But you leave the stadium empty and the stadium cold and shivery. Yeah, you feel that? The master's looking down from the balcony seat, watching the puppets trip and fall directly over their own beat.
They into the booth trying to fake a psychological trauma, hooking up the kids to some artificial inner no drama. They scream in the microphone, but there is no substance in the ink, just a calculated product to control the way the people think. Some of them actually succeeded and they climbed up the charts, but they sold the dirty soul before they even understood the arts. It's a puppet theater, man, the strings are getting tangled up tight, and I'm just sitting in the back watching the clowns fly into fight. You think I'm gonna give up the scissors and let you run the play? Watch you ruin the legacy that I've predicted every single day. No,
you think you can pull the strings on a monster that I created? Watch the whole industry getting complete contaminated. Try to dye your hair blonde and copy the dynamic delivery, but you leave the stadium. But you leave the stadium empty and the stadium cold and shivery. Yeah, you feel that? The master's looking down from the balcony seat, watching the puppets trip and fall directly over their own beat.
The industry is searching for the authenticity they desperately seek, but you can't replicate the hum, then you can't simulate the pain. And you can't simulate the pain, you're just a bunch of plastic dolls standing out in the heavy rain. I built the foundation solid and I give them all inspiration, but half of them turn to a joke and a massive imitation. Look into the spotlight, you see the real architect of the rhyme. The puppet master's back to reclaim the territory one more time.
You think you can pull the strings on a monster that I created? Watch the whole industry getting complete contaminated. Try to dye your hair blonde and copy the dynamic delivery, but you leave the stadium. But you leave the stadium empty and the stadium cold and shivery. Yeah, you feel that? The master's looking down from the balcony seat, watching the puppets trip and fall directly over their own beat. Yeah.